Joining us now at the On 3 Elite Series from Bussin with the Boys. He just lit the green room on fire. Will Compton. Will, appreciate you being here, man. This is phenomenal to have you here.
Dude, thanks for having me. It is like, my wife and I were laying in bed last night. She was like, you're really just about to leave in the middle of family vacation, aren't you? We laughed. Fortunately, it's like I get to come in and out. I'll be back in Rosemary at, like 3 o'clock or 3:10 p.m. So I'll be able to hit dinner. Yes. It works out. It was one of those things that, had it been another endeavor, it would have been a no. But, dude, I don't know, man. I've gotten to talk to a few teams before. I was out in Nebraska recently. I got to talk to that team. And I just enjoy kind of talking about, the experiences with transitioning from football, because I just think it's such like an important thing for athletes, the realities of life after ball, life after your sport. And so knowing I was getting to do that coming here, it's kind of like one of those personal things I wanted to do.
Yeah, I hope we have the cameras rolling so we can put some of like the social clips out there of you on the whiteboard and talking through with the guys. I mean, it was phenomenal. Obviously, you played in the league for a long time, also played in Nebraska. Were you always a college football fan growing up, or like what was that like for you when it comes to your consumption of the game?
I was a massive football fan, more NFL than college. Mizzou wasn't very good. I went to Catholic school growing up, so I was a Notre Dame fan. But as far as the NFL, like the Dallas Cowboys, that's, I love the NFL. The running back, you had Terrell Davis, Eddie George, Marshall Faulk, Emmitt Smith, all those cats. My dad loved the Cowboys growing up, so we were kind of just Cowboys fans by association. But just playing in the front yard, I remember being just a young pup, just pretending to be Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Nate Newton, Jay Novacek, all those cats on the Cowboys. But I've always loved football.
Now you talk to all the biggest names in the sport, whether it be college or pro. And like, I love y'all's podcast because it makes it so digestible for someone like myself who never even sniffed the NFL. Well, like I watched it on set, never even like got a good look at it. What's the process for y'all pre-show? Is it like we're in a group chat and we just roll with it? We turn on the cameras, we talk pre-show meeting. What's the lead up for y'all?
Brother, up until recently, we would essentially just roll. It just depends if we're having somebody on the bus. If nobody's on the bus, we're kind of just rolling. Somebody's on the bus, you might check their Wikipedia or know what's going on a little bit, but it's like you just want to have those organic things. If somebody has something going on and I don't necessarily know about it, I see benefit in almost being the person who doesn't know what's going on. Whereas you have the group that can chirp you, how does Will not know this person, had an album come out or a movie come out? But I feel like there's going to be a lot of audience listening. It's like, yo, what does this person do for a living? So you kind of have that introductory level of the interview. But now recently we've been doing a little more pre-production meetings since we have segments, since we have sponsors that come on board to do stuff. We need to be a little more intentional about what we're talking about, or at least have some type of structure in our show. So we do that stuff now. But dude, with Taylor, man, he makes it easy. The dude can talk. He can talk with the best of them. He can whack shop with the best of the boys. But it's we have a fun crew.
It's phenomenal. And JP Hovey also, shout out him.
Yeah, shout out JP Hovey.
Yeah, Hovey.
Yeah.
Good to know. Awesome. I know. I mean, y'all went on the road too recently. The spring tour was phenomenal. Want to kind of jump around and hear about your experiences. But let's start with Nebraska, man. That's the alma mater.
Yeah.
They're getting it turned around over there. Just overall impressions from that visit and talking to those guys.
Oh, the winning culture is here now. Now the outcome needs to come. And I think that will happen. I see us being a double-digit ball club this year. And by double-digit, I mean wins. I expect a big year, man. I think we all do. I think everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody had a great transfer class, had a great recruiting class. Dylan Raiola is there. There's a lot of excitement around the Big Red, but there is every year. It's like that cycle, that meme where it's you get excited, you get let down, you get excited, you get let down. But in a place like that, man, you string along some wins. I will guarantee a bowl game this year. As far as guaranteeing the double-digit wins, I won't do that because I don't want to place the expectation on the team. Sure. I don't want to be upset and disappointed. But also, we can win 10.
Lock it in.
Yeah, we can win 10.
Over under like 7.5.
That's easy.
That's not far and at all. I mean, that's very attainable.
Over under 7.5. That's a lock.
Lock it in.
I won't say guarantee. Yeah, lock it in. That's Will Compton's lock. Is over 7.5 wins. I feel 99.9% really great about the over there.
Let's go, baby. Okay, lock it in. A little free play for the Bulls. You sat down with Dylan Raiola. And for those that aren't as familiar, like, it is incredibly difficult to sit down with a true freshman in terms of, like, getting the clearance from the SID and the state. I mean, that's amazing itself. After sitting down with him, what were your overall impressions of just what this guy has from the neck up?
I don't want to fluff his ego, dude. He could be watching, you know what I mean? He's a young cat. All these kids, everybody wants to see what's being said about him. But, dude, I was just impressed with his confidence. He's a young kid. He should be going to the prom, right? He should be finishing up high school right now as we speak. And he came early, and getting to talk with him, and even after and everything like that, the way he kind of carries himself, you can tell he's got that, dare I say, the it factor, with confidence, a style about himself to where nothing is really too big for him or too much for him. Versus, like, I feel like most freshmen, like I was like this, like you kind of timid, you're feeling yourself around a little bit. He seems to be very comfortable being on campus right now, being around the guys, got to see him at practice, being around the fellas. And I feel like that was the most impressive thing, especially, again, he's young. Should just be finishing high school.
Yeah. And all the pressure he has on him with rated.
I compared him on him. Yeah, I compared him in the interview with that of Jesus Christ in the New Testament. Coming into a place like Nebraska.
What a comp.
Yeah.
What a comp. That's tremendous.
Yeah. You come into a place like Nebraska, like that is his comparison. With the decade of losing that Nebraska's experienced, this kid he's got the ability to walk on water there. They have success there. He's remembered forever. Yeah. We're talking statue.
For renaming Lincoln.
We're renaming the stadium.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So we talked about potential win totals and stuff like that. We like the over. We feel good about double digits. As a fan, what is a win total where you're like, okay, I'm content with that. I can live with us being, X record.
10-2.
10-2. 9-3.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. 9-3 would be awesome.
Okay.
8-4 would be awesome. I feel like 8 is if we go 7-5, I think I'm hurting.
Okay.
I think I'm hurting inside. I know we're going bowling and we're still excited and it's another baby step, right? Yeah. But I think no matter what, I'm laughing too because I'm just thinking like everything you get taught as a player is 0. You can't place an expectation. You can't place a number. But no matter what, we got to get at least 8.
Let's go.
At least.
Let's go.
I'm personally disappointed with 8 because I think we're better than that. But if I'm talking to the bigger base of Nebraska, I think 8 is the minimum.
Okay, that's the threshold.
I think 7, I might have to start, having some more real conversations with Coach Rule.
Sure. I mean, but that's kind of what he does. Like his second year is usually right around in that 8-win category. Like, I mean, he took Baylor that was like a 1-2 loss or 1-2 loss win operation when he got there in their second year.
Forget that, dude.
Games,
Forget that, dude. I get it. I get that everybody wants to go by rules. Like, hey, here's in year 1, here's in year 2. But you realize last year we're a handful of games away. We're play away from being a 9-3 ball club.
100%.
Like you're looking at a team that was the most turnover team in the country, and we just had average turnover play. We're an 8-9 win football team.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So, exactly. You get average quarterback play. You just don't fumble the football, dude. I apologize for cussing on a child's program, but you take care of the football. We are in the winner's seat. So that's why when I say the expectation this year is, we were in Iowa last year. Iowa just happened to win. How many games did Iowa win last year? Did they win 10?
They won 10.
And they're built the same way we are. 100%. Defense, they had a run game, but they just didn't turn the ball over. We're the exact same football team. We're returning the majority of starters on defense, year 2 in Coach White's system, and now with some good quarterback play and the weapons we're bringing in,
it's a wrap.
Yeah, I don't think it's a stretch to say we're a 10-win football team.
I love it. Top 5 returning production in the country overall for Nebraska from last season. Really quickly, I want to hit on some spots that y'all went throughout the spring. Florida State, phenomenal content y'all did there with DJU and Coach Norvell and Patrick Payton. What was the vibe for you in Tallahassee?
It was awesome. Every place we went to Florida State, Oregon, obviously Nebraska is really hospitable. Michigan's the same way when we go there. And Alabama, man, we got to go to these spots, and their staff, from the SID to everybody in the building, was extremely accommodating for us, which was awesome. It's like the one thing is like, hey, try to be on, somewhat good behavior. Everybody sees the clips. Everybody sees the videos. Everybody sees what our brand is about. We're also with Barstool Sports. So you kind of have that, I guess, stigma, but it's like you're reassuring that, hey, we want to do nothing but lift your program up so we can come back.
Yeah.
In the fall, come see a game, or we just want to have a good relationship. It's not like we want to come and mess everything up right out of the gate and give a bad taste in your mouth. But everybody was extremely accommodating, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like you said, there's no like outside the lines going on with y'all during those interviews with those coaches. Like, it's all phenomenal stuff. Y'all sat down with Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. I think one of the concerns people have around him is like, hey, is he too normal of a human being? Like, because Nick Saban obviously is like the GOAT. Yeah. What was your impression of Coach DeBoer sitting down with him?
I thought he was awesome, man. I mean, yeah, they have different, I guess, like cultural things that they do. Like, I want to say they might have games in the locker room or a basketball hoop. They listen to music at practice. You can tell there's a little bit more lax there, but he's been successful as a head coach everywhere he's been. D1AA, what was it? Sioux Falls, where he started.
NAIA,
NAIA, the Pac-12, Pac-12. He's been successful everywhere, bro. So, yeah, I think with his leadership, even with cultural changes that they have internally, I think he's going to crush it because you got the best talent at a place like Alabama.
Covered his stuff.
Yeah.
Covered also Stockton Union, Oregon. Moving to the Big Ten. Sat down with Coach Lanning. He just seems like a throwback of sports, like loves ball, all about like, the guys, the culture in the locker room. I mean, how awesome was that?
He was all time. He's got the juice, bro. He's got the young energy, the philosophy that he carries with himself as far as teaching the kids, like implementing culture. You can tell the guys really like him a lot, but he's got the juice. I really like Coach Lanning. And shout out the committee.
Shout out the committee. Okay.
Yeah, shout out the committee.
Love it. Okay, sweet. Last question for you. Nebraska and Michigan, typically the Bussin Bowl, not in the regular season schedule right now. Do we have another game in the works that's going to kind of serve as like the game for y'all in the fall?
I don't think so. I think if you did that, you'd have to find a Michigan and a Nebraska one because I don't think you could just have one because Taylor and I would kind of bicker. Like, obviously, I would be doing Nebraska. Honestly, it'd be Nebraska, Colorado, week 2. It would be the Bussin Bowl on my version. I don't know what Taylor's would be. Do they play Notre Dame? I bet it'd be like Notre Dame. They play.
Yeah, I don't think they play Notre Dame this year, but they got Ohio State.
You got Ohio State, but Ohio State's already a themed game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Texas, Oregon. I mean,
right. I think it'd be too hard logistically to work out. I think we just got to wait until I believe it's 2026. Or 2027 with the return of Michigan, Nebraska, who knows? But unfortunately, we had to add from the Pac-12 that eliminated because it was supposed to be 8 years of playing Michigan back-to-back. So that's why we started the Bussin Bowls because we knew we'd at least have 8 years. And then our podcast probably sucks by then. So, you get better on 8 years, and then all of a sudden we're adding Oregon, Washington, which I think is going to be great for us. Will probably be great for the conference, USC. But it obviously hurts the Bussin Bowl because now it's not 8 years in a row anymore.
100%. Man, we appreciate you taking time for vacation.
Yeah,
come out here,
absolutely.
Come up with us, talk to the Young Bucks, man. This is phenomenal, and appreciate all you do for calling.
Thank you, man.
Hey, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.